Today we will discuss about a topic called deep vein thrombosis, nothing but DVT. So in this part we will see about a general introduction, causes and etiological part of DVT. Myself Dr. Anandas, Assistant Professor, Department of Roganidhana Evam Vikriti Vijnana, Global Institute of Ayurveda, Rajkot. So DVT or deep vein thrombosis is also called venous thrombosis. It's a blood clot that develops in a vein deep in the body. So this will be affecting mainly over veins, formation of blood clots over the veins, which will be deep inside of the veins. The clot may partially or completely block blood flow through the vein. So ultimately, this will be causing partial or complete blockage of the proper blood flow through the vein. Most of the DVTs occur in the lower leg portion, thigh region or pelvis region, but it can also occur at certain other parts like arms, brain, intestine, liver or kidney. Deep vein thrombosis can be very serious because blood clots in veins can break loose, travel through bloodstream and get stuck in lungs, blocking blood flow. So thereby the other complicative sides or the complications which will be arising from DVT are more severe than the present condition. Like the blood clots which will be moving through the veins, and this will cause certain blockages over the other portions of the body, and sometimes these clots will be get stuck over some portions like in lungs, the others like lungs. That will be causing further blockage of the blood flow to that particular vital organs. So one example is pulmonary embolism, where there will be formation of the block because of the blood clots in the lungs. However, pulmonary embolism can occur with no evidence of DVT. When DVT and pulmonary embolism occur together, that condition will be called as venous thromboembolism. We will see what are the major causes of DVT. Wherever there will be chance of occurrence of DVT, there should be consider previous history of any kind of blood clot or any other conditions which will be forming blood clots within our body. So any conditions which will be relating to blood clot related conditions or previous history should be considered. About 30% of people who have had DVT will have it again. That will be the major cause. People, they may or they might be having previously a history of a blood clot formation or with the condition which will be exactly similar to DVT also. Family history: if a parent or sibling had DVT, there will be a chance of occurrence with respect to family history. At the age of 40, where there will be chance of occurrence of the diseased conditions or some systemic related disorders also. At the age of 40 or the crossing stage of the 40 also, this has more effect. On long-term bed rest, sit for long periods of time with respect to any other conditions like a patient used to take bed rest for a long time or continuing with a sitting posture with respect to other result of any other injury, trauma, or in case of a medically administered bed rest. In that conditions where there will be complete stoppage of the activeness or the movement of the legs or body parts, this will be the other cause. At the late stage of pregnancy or just after delivery, level of estrogen hormones specifically will be increasing. Birth control pills with the estrogen content, if at all people used to take more birth control pills, and with that pills there will be more content of estrogen also. So there are several endocrinological pathologies which will be coming with respect to this condition. There will be having more chance. Blood clotting disorders: history of any other or at present existence of any blood clotting related conditions or blood clotting type disorders. If it is present, that will be predisposing the situation or will be acting as a cause for manifestation of deep vein thrombosis. With respect to high BMI, body mass index or body weight, that will be other cause. Other health issues which will be predisposing with this situation like heart related conditions, lung disease, inflammatory bowel disease also. Specific injuries which will be happening to the vein or any other kind of major surgery to stomach, pelvis, hip, leg, which will be causing formation of the blood clots or any other effectiveness with respect to the circulatory processes, which will be further leading to manifestation of a DVT. In order to remember the causative factors or etiological factors of a thrombosis, wherever the condition of a formation of thrombosis, from thereby it will leading to for the manifestation of a venous thrombosis like conditions. So with respect to the chronological letters of with respect to the order of spellings, we can easily remember it like trauma like situations, chances will be there will be chances of a more formation of a thrombosis or blood clots, hormones related conditions, in road traffic accidents, operations like a cholecystemic conditions, malignancy situations, with respect to blood related disorders like polycythemia like conditions, obesity, old age, or in orthopedic surgery, wherever there will be serious illness or serious disease conditions, complete state of immobilization, and sclerotic conditions. So, with respect to these conditions, there will be more chances of formation of thrombosis or blood clots, which will be predisposing with the further manifestation of a deep vein thrombosis. Clinically, leg swelling will be present, typically swelling will be present. Pain will be, especially leg pain, will be increasing with walking or standing posture. Veins will be visible more over the surface of the leg. Warmness will be present and redness of the affected leg skin also. And more of the conditions like fatigue also will be present there. This is clinically we can find out some major or common kind of a clinical picture what we can expect in conditions of a deep vein thrombosis conditions. And there will be obstruction of the normal direction of the blood flow also. Most of the situations with respect to superficial vein, there will be blood clot formation in the deep vein. So you can see within the picture thrombosis, which will be nothing but the blood clot formed within the deep vein, and as a representation or as a presence of appearance of signs and symptoms, swelling and inflammation with respect to the below blockage level also because of the blockage of the veins. With respect to pulmonary embolism as a severe consequence side of a deep vein thrombosis or venous obstruction, what will be the warning signs and symptoms of pulmonary embolism? We will see here. Wherever there will be obstruction of the veins to the lungs, there will be chance of occurrence of a pulmonary embolism. Sudden shortness of breath will be there for the patient. There will be cessation of a breathing capacity, and chest pain will be produced. Discomfort that worsens when take up deep breath or cough. Whenever take a deep breath or patient used to cough, chest pain or discomfort will be become more worse. Feeling lightheaded or fainting like a feeling. Rapid pulse will be the rapid breathing and coughing up blood also sometimes severe situations. So some warning signs with respect to the condition of a pulmonary embolism. Again, etiological wise, what will be happening exactly in conditions of a deep vein thrombosis? Wherever there will be starts in lower extremity calf veins all over throughout the body. It will start with the lower extremity portion of the calf veins, and proximally it will progressive, and popliteal femoral iliac system will be affecting more in this situation or getting involved in this condition. So with respect to the lower extremity calf veins, progressive proximal progressive continuation, or with respect to this condition the progression will be proximally continuing and influence or involved with respect to popliteal femoral iliac system also. Whenever considering etiological point of view of deep vein thrombosis, these three points should be considered like venous stasis, endothelial damage, hypercoagulability. So Weierstrass describes three factors that are thought to contribute to any kind of the thrombosis situation. So anyhow, the mutual involvement of these three factors should be the conditions with respect to thrombosis. So we will see about these three factors in detail in the next part. So here we will finish the general introduction, general introduction regarding the causes, and just a startup for the etiological point of view also. So in next part, we will continue with the other major points.